Welcome to Season 16 of 5-Minute Biographies. Episode 7, Karl Marx. Karl Marx, a name synonymous with revolution and socialist thought, was born on May 5, 1818, in Trier, Prussia, present-day Germany. His father, Heinrich Marx, was a lawyer who had converted from Judaism to Lutheranism to escape legal restrictions on Jews at the time. Little is known about Marx's early childhood. The third of 9 children, he became the eldest son when his brother Moritz died in infancy. He and his surviving siblings were baptized into the Lutheran Church in 1824, reflecting his father's assimilationist tendencies. Marx's early education took place at home until the age of 12, after which he attended the Trier Gymnasium, a prestigious Jesuit high school known for its liberal leanings. Despite some reports of a rebellious streak, Marx thrived academically, demonstrating a facility for languages and a keen interest in literature and philosophy. This early exposure to critical thinking and social commentary would undoubtedly influence the revolutionary path he would later take. Marx's intellectual journey began at the University of Bonn, where he studied law and philosophy. He later transferred to the University of Berlin, where he was drawn to the ideas of Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel, a prominent philosopher. However, Marx diverged from Hegel's emphasis on the absolute power of the state, focusing instead on the power dynamics within society, particularly the relationship between social classes. Marx's radical views led him to journalism, where his critiques of the Prussian government resulted in censorship and eventual exile. He moved across Europe, collaborating with his lifelong friend and co-thinker, Friedrich Engels. Together, they penned the seminal work, the Communist Manifesto, published in 1848. This text outlined their critique of capitalism and their vision for a communist society based on common ownership of the means of production. The core of Marx's critique of capitalism centered around the concept of class conflict. He argued that society was divided into 2 main classes: the bourgeoisie, or capitalist class, which owned the means of production, such as factories and land, and the proletariat, or working class, which sold its labour for wages. According to Marx, the bourgeoisie exploited the labour of the proletariat, generating surplus value that enriched the capitalists while keeping the workers in poverty. This inherent exploitation, Marx believed, would inevitably lead to a revolution by the working class, ushering in a socialist state. Marx's magnum opus, Das Kapital, a multi-volume work published in stages throughout his life, delved deeper into his economic theories. He challenged the prevailing economic ideas of the time, particularly the concept of free markets and the idea that labour was simply another commodity. Marx argued that labour was the source of all value and that workers were not being compensated for the full value of their work under capitalism. While Marx's ideas on a stateless communist society were never fully realized, his critique of capitalism resonates today. Concepts like alienation of labor, exploitation, and the cyclical nature of economic crises remain relevant in discussions of income inequality and the power dynamics within the global economy. Marx's life was one of constant movement and intellectual pursuit. He faced censorship, exile, and poverty throughout his life. He died on March 14, 1883, in London, England, from complications related to a lung infection. Despite his death, his ideas continued to inspire socialist movements across the globe. Marx's legacy is complex and controversial. While some view him as a visionary thinker who exposed the flaws of capitalism, others criticize his utopian ideals and the authoritarian tendencies of some regimes inspired by his ideas. Regardless of these differing perspectives, Karl Marx remains one of the most influential figures in social and economic thought, leaving an indelible mark on the intellectual landscape of the 19th and 20th centuries. In conclusion, Karl Marx's life and work continue to be debated and studied. His theories on class conflict, alienation, and the inherent contradictions of capitalism remain relevant in today's world. Whether embraced or critiqued, there's no denying the profound impact Marx had on shaping our understanding of society, economics, and the very nature of work. Thanks for listening to 5-Minute Biographies at 5minutebiographies.com and on YouTube at 5minutebiographies.com/YouTube.